Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's, of course, the Payoff Pitch. We've got the Wednesday edition here of the Payoff Pitch, and hopefully you guys get here on time. Listen up, because the games come early today. Games actually starting a little bit over an hour between those Phillies and Braves, so the Squirrel and I will talk you through each and every single game. And, of course, we'll bring you leans and bets for every game at the end called Rapid Fire. We're powered by BetUS, a fantastic sports book, so if you haven't gotten over to them to check them out yet, there's a link down in this video description. Go check them out. Go take that sign-on bonus, and let's take all their money today because I am feeling good about today's card. How about you, Squirrel? What's going on, man?
Well, my 2-unit Braves hit play and the Marlins.
Yes.
Wait, did I just say hit play hit?
It hit. Play hit.
My hit play. I don't know what I just said. Anyway, Marlins win, Braves win. So 2-0 on the show. Really, kind of 3-0 on the show because it was a 2-unit play. The Will Smith experience in the ninth inning kind of got a little sketch. Gave up a couple runs there, but we were leading 6-1, and I was like, "Are we really about to sweat a bottom of the ninth inning where we were leading by 5?" Hey, I found this cool squirrel online. What do you think of him?
Yeah, he looks cool.
I like him.
Somebody's trying to take his.
He's giving the stiff arm, dude. That's some football play, which I'm getting excited for.
You've got sports in there. You've got sports in there.
Right, I'm getting excited to. As much as we love baseball, you kind of start getting excited towards the fall, right? I mean, my main thing, hockey, gets closer every day. College football people love, and NFL, and yeah, man. So we got good things on the way, but we do have a slate to talk about here today, and I think we got some great bets lined up for the people.
Good stuff. Let me go ahead and drop in a little quick thoughts here in the first inning. My first thought is internet outage. Whoa, had an internet outage right at the end of the show yesterday. So it happens. I lose all the internet. I call down to the management company and say, is the internet working fine in the building? The lady's, oh, yeah, it's working fine. So now I got to get down to the ground floor because I can't even use my cell phone reception in here. That's just, I guess, in the building. So I got to get down to the bottoms where I can hop on Verizon. Send out a tweet, apologizing for the internet outage. So I'm standing just outside the management office. I hear this the other person in the management office go, "Hey, Amina, is the internet down?" She goes, "No, it's working." No, it's not, lady. Why don't you try hitting a button? Why don't you try refreshing? Why don't you try getting off your cell phone and doing some work, and you would know that the internet's out and call somebody to fix it. So yeah, the internet was out for about an hour yesterday, so that was no fun.
Relax.
We're going to make up for it today, though. We're doing a NRFI hang today. We're going to do a NRFI hang today, so come hang out, guys. Depending on when you do lunch, it's, maybe hurry back from lunch or take a late lunch or whatever. So we've got plenty of time to talk about that because what I'm envisioning is maybe some people go out there and get lunch, and when the lady asks you, do you want to supersize it? Tell them, yeah, it's on winning bets today. I do want to supersize it. Or I do want to get that extra large fry. It's all on winning bets today because it's got a nice afternoon NRFI for me right at lunchtime. And lunch is on winning bets today, just like it was last time when it came through for you. So let's get into the action. Let's get into the second inning. We call it around the bases. Let's each take a couple games and break them down. Which one do you want to kick off the show with, Squirrel?
Boy, I think I'll start off with the Rays as one of the better bets that I found today. As usual, I guess, starting off with the systems, they're going to give you a 64.4% on the first one and a 60.1% I have, at least in my little repository of system, I guess, historical cases, right? And that will fall on the Tampa Bay Rays, where you're getting a nice low line of, I believe the best was like minus 108 at this point, which is crazy spread between a 60 or 64% expectation being putting them somewhere around minus 150 would be the line. I see they came out minus 130 and they're minus 108. So do you have reason to worry about that? Possibly, because I think you might have something to say about it in a future inning here. But Rasmussen against who was it here today? Let me look.
Tyler Wells, our guy's on the mound.
Tyler Wells. That's him. So in that respect, I feel fairly comfortable. Did the Rays lose yesterday, or was it 2 days ago, or both? 2 days ago, I know they lost for sure.
Yeah. I don't know if they lost. I don't know. I didn't bet the game, so I'm not sure.
I'm getting so confused. Dude, when you do this, every single day, though, too. You start going through so many games that you can't even remember them all. So they've lost 2 days in a row now, the Rays have. So the Orioles would now be going for their third win in a row of the series. So it's not the last game of the series because that's tomorrow morning. But I just don't think that the Rays lose 3 in a row to the Orioles. The Orioles, however, are one of the highest winning teams at home. Is a stat, I guess, that goes against me. But for the systems, for the starting pitching, I do like the Rays here today.
All right, you like the Rays. Let's go Tampa Bay. Let's go ahead and bring it to my first game. I am going to kick it off right with that NRFI. It's in a little bit of an hour and a half, so I want to not wait till the 6th inning and get this to you guys again. This one's going to get your lunch paid. It's on me today. It's Tigers. It's Padres. It's minus 135. Of course, that's no run in the first inning. You got Scooball on the mound. Really turned it around of late. Was scuffling there middle part of the season, but has turned it around. Had a good outing last time out against the Athletics. In 19 starts so far this season, he has allowed 10 runs, but he's bringing 21 Ks to the table. Yu Darvish is on the mound in 18 starts. He's given up 13 runs, but he also has 21 Ks. What more do we like about this? Well, the Tigers and Padres ranked 25th and 27th in the major league in runs scored in the first inning. The Detroit Tigers are also bringing the 29th batting average right now versus right-handers. Meanwhile, the Padres check in about league average around 13. So offenses that are struggling, they don't come out well in the first inning. I think Scooball, with how he's been pitching of late, Darvish, he's going to get it done for us. So that's your afternoon lunch. It's on me. It's on Winning Bets Pod. It's called NRFI and Tigers and Padres at minus 135. What's another game you want to talk about?
I will roll with the Giants today. I think they've dropped their last 2 contests, also much like the Rays to the Diamondbacks, if I'm not mistaken. You get Logan Webb today, and generally he's better at home, right? I think he's won some incredible amount. If you give me just a second, I'll actually tell you.
Well, remember Logan Webb, I know he was 17-0 at one point dating back to last season at home. Then he did suffer a loss, but this one's on the road. This one's in Arizona.
Correct. Yep. So at home, he is 9-2 this year. So 81.8% games won when he's at home for Logan Webb. He will be away today. I don't know. Yes, the splits are important, and it is against Zach Gallen. I don't know, man. Again, how often do the Giants lose 3 in a row? And to the Diamondbacks, is that going to happen? To the Orioles, is that going to happen? To the Rays, that both of these teams are going to get put down on a 3-game losing streak. On this one, I also have the same 2 systems fall, the 64.5% and the 60.1%. With Logan Webb, he's still a good pitcher regardless of being home or away. Gallen is a great pitcher, especially at home. But it's going to come down to these 2 offenses, really, I think, and who gets the better of it. Diamondbacks have been hitting, but I just don't see Giants going on a 3-game losing streak, nor do I see the Rays doing the same.
Okay, all right, let's go San Francisco Giants. Let's see if they can't pick up a win today against the Diamondbacks. For my second game, I want to go back to your Rays versus Orioles game here for a second. Rays may get the win, but I think there's going to be a lot of runs being scored in the process. I like that F5, first 5 innings, over 4.5 runs at plus 116. At plus 116, it's still hovering around plus 116 at a couple of sportsbook. A little bit shocked by that price. Look, you got Tyler Wells and Rasmussen on the mound. Obviously, the Squirrel mentioned those. A lot of hitter familiarity. I mean, Tyler Wells has already been roughed up by these Rays in all 3 of his starts, so this is now his 4th time seeing the Rays. I can't imagine it going very well versus him. For Rasmussen, really just not only is he familiar with the Orioles, he saw them in his first start of the season, he's got really bad away splits. I mean, on a home ERA of 2.09, an away ERA of 4.15, opponent's batting average of 182 at home, 285 on the road, other terrible numbers, giving up hits, home runs, all these numbers just come on the road for this Rasmussen guy. Obviously, Orioles did make their park a little bit bigger, so it's not as home run friendly, but I don't really care. I mean, this guy's got terrible away splits. Both offenses right now are in the top 10 versus right-handers. Both offenses are in the top 10 versus right-handers. Too much hitter familiarity with these pitchers. Hitters have already had success this season. Hot offenses versus right-handers. It's a no-brainer bet. Shocked we're getting it at plus money. Love it. So Rays, Orioles, first 5 innings will have over 4.5 runs. at plus 116. Let's shut up now and give these guys some pitching props. We'll do that in the third inning called Shut Up and Pitch. You got anybody on the mound?
One guy I was kind of eyeing to start. I think they just pulled him off for some reason. I thought I saw Jansen Junk on.
Yeah, he's the Angels pitcher today.
Right. I thought I saw him on there, but I think they've pulled him off. I just saw him at like over under 2.5 strikeouts. I don't know what kind of leash he's going to get, so that's what I was looking into. I mean, he's probably not a long one. He's pitched one game, and he got 1 inning, so I guess
this is basically his first start. And to your point, maybe that's a good bet because maybe he's going to be one of these opener guys where only pitches 2 innings, and then they have it a bullpen day. I don't know much about him, so could be a good angle. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I was interested in it. Now they pulled it off the board, so I don't know what they're doing with that line, to be honest with you. Other than that, I had one. Let me think of it. Go ahead and give yours because I don't remember. I lost what I was looking at now.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and give out a pitching prop of Cole Irvin under 3.5 Ks there of the Oakland Athletics at even money. Same bet as we made on July 15th, but we lost. He ended the game with 4 Ks, so just barely lost right there on the hook. Neth is now going to be his third time facing the Astros in the month of July. Third time in the month of July. We talk about hitter familiarity. Boy, there's a ton of it, obviously, right here. He got 2 strikeouts, and then again, he got 4 strikeouts, the one that we went ahead and lost. He also faced them in June. He got 2 strikeouts in there. It's going to be a 4th time overall. Astros have the 6th best K percentage right now versus left-handers, and really 3rd best if you remove some of the bottom teams that only have very small plate appearances because not a lot of teams face a lot of left-handers. So either way, they're in the top 5, top 6 in terms of least strikeouts versus left-handers. The Astros hitting is coming up. You guys know I always study last 10 days. I can tell when a team's going down or I can tell when a team's going up. Astros, if you look at it just from a glance, if you weren't going to look at the previous, in terms of looking at it every day, you wouldn't think the Astros are that sexy right now versus left-handers. But trust me, it's trending up. They're only about mid-table. But earlier this week when I sat here on Monday, they were in the bottom 10 in terms of left-handers. They are coming up versus left-handers. They're getting a guy they're obviously super, super familiar with. He's not going to strike out a ton of Astros. If we miss this again, we're going to miss it again when he hits 4 strikeouts. So to get this at even money, when I think it's going to cash this time, too much familiarity. Astros are going to prevent the sweep today. They will not get swept by those Oakland Athletics. Book it right now. Cole Irvin, under 3.5 Ks at even money.
So the guy that I was looking at, I think, was Cal Quantrill. You just said that you can tell when a team's going down or coming up. What do you think of the Boston Red Sox? Because in July they have been downright awful.
They're coming down. They're coming down and they're hitting. Yep.
they've been going down.
So they're just maintaining.
If you're looking at strikeout rates, they're number 1 with almost 30%, 29.8% in the last couple weeks here. Cal Quantrill is a guy that'll hit 3 to 5 strikeouts, so 4.5 is a pretty fair line typically. But when you're getting a team with a 30% strikeout rate, season long they're middle of the pack. Red Sox are at around 21. But when you look at recent form, I think he stands a really strong chance of actually hitting 5 strikeouts at plus 115. I wouldn't take the under, I don't think, against a team that's swinging the bat and missing 30% of the time.
Yeah. Okay.
So I guess for a strong play, go against the number 1 strikeout team in terms of recency and back Cal Quantrill.
Yeah, they've really
struggled, as we've nicknamed him.
Yeah, the Corn Trail. That's a tough guy for me to get behind, but I mean, in terms of stats wise, you're spot on and follow the numbers more times than not than following, maybe your grudge against a player. I think that'll treat you much more better. So, yeah, well justified right there, Squirrel. All right, we move it over to 4th inning. We call it long shots. We got to give these guys a long shot. There's some dogs out there that are barking. You got any? I got dogs. They're small dogs on my card, but they're barking.
All right, let's hear them because, like yesterday, it's getting kind of tough.
How about my one yesterday, though? Hit Mets. My one yesterday hit Mets. Easy. Yeah. Easy cash right
now. Yeah, it didn't start out good for you, though.
That's fine. It was 4-2 at the end of the first inning. Once each team both got 3 outs, it started off great. All All right, here are the long shots today for you guys. What about those Diamondbacks? Sorry to give this one out. I don't have my money behind it, so go Giants. You're actually going to have your money, but I thought the Diamondbacks were in a good spot yesterday. And that's why we were on that F5 team total, because they were facing a left-hander. Look, if you want to look about offensive production versus right-handers, the Diamondbacks are far and away better than the Giants right now in terms of offensive production versus right-handers. You've mentioned Logan Webb. Well, he's not at home. You touched on it. So we're getting that. We're getting Zach Gallen. A lot to like about the Diamondbacks today. So at plus 102, maybe that's a dog you want to back. What about the Orioles? I know you said the Rays again, but the Orioles are just picking up wins. That's all they're doing. They do not care. This is not a sweep game, so you don't have to worry about that narrative in your play right there. All right, go ahead and give me the Orioles at even money. And then the other one's Guardians. You touched on that. Red Sox just can't hit. It continues to fall. Meanwhile, the Guardians are a top 10 offense right now versus right-handers. So Guardians at plus 110. So two of those are small at plus 102, even money. And then the Guardians coming at plus 110. I think there will be three good dogs for you guys today.
Definitely. The only thing that has stood out to me is the Guardians, and a very unpopular opinion. Very, very unpopular opinion. What do you think about a plus 155 on the Yankees? I know it's Max Scherzer. I know Mets are at home. Is that an absolute no play, or is there any shred of value there?
There are some plays where it's like, if I'm not willing to back Max Scherzer, I'm not going against Max Scherzer. So, no, he's got the stuff. He can mow through any familiarity 100 times, and he don't care. His stuff is good. So,
okay.
No thanks for me.
Yeah.
All right, we'll move it all along. How about keep swinging? We're just swinging our way right through this show today. It seems like we're in the dog days of summer. You got any hit? I'll give mine. Mine hit yesterday. What was it? Austin Riley and A.J. Pollock. How about a nice first at-bat cash? Boom, nice cash. I don't know if this one will cash as soon, but I think this one's going to help you guys out. Let's do Matt Olson. They're the Atlanta Braves. He's going against Kyle Gibson, hitting .444. That's on 8 of 18 attempts for Kyle Gibson. Just a lot of familiarity, obviously, against him. And then we like Jordan Alvarez. They're the Houston Astros going up against Cole Irvin. He's hitting 512 at-bats as he's got 6 hits. So do Alvarez and Olsen today as your plus money over 0.5 hits for each one of those guys, and see if we can't go back-to-back days cashing a keep swinging prop. What about for you, man?
Yeah. How about a couple LA Dodgers today against Patrick Corbin for batter props? Not that, we're interested in a minus 280 for the Dodgers, but you definitely have the options of Justin Turner, Freddie Freeman for sure.
You know how you pick that game, Squirrel? You know how you pick that? You go, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. They're all going to light up Patrick Corbin, left-hander. That's how you pick a Dodger. It just... you have just as good a chance of hitting or missing one of those players than you do if you actually looked at the numbers. They're all going to light up Patrick Corbin.
Sure. Okay. Sounds good. Yeah, I mean, Freddie Freeman over, and again, probably over the total basis because it's going to be way too damn juiced for the hits. So,
yeah,
probably Freddie Freeman or Justin Turner for me over the 1.5 total bases. That's going to be plus 110. Plus 105 for either.
And, of course, just to remind our audience, Freddie Freeman is obviously going to stick out because he was an Atlanta Brave, obviously division foe. He went against Corbin, more times than other guys in that lineup. So if you just want, volume size, that's obviously why, you're going to go ahead and say Freddie Freeman. So, yeah, it makes a lot of sense. Like I said, it's eeny, miny, miny, mo. Close your eyes and just pick 2, 3, 18,000 Dodgers, and they'll all get hits against Patrick Corbin. All right, let's go ahead and now move to It's a Steal. What did you think was on the board that was a steal here in the 6th inning?
I'm more excited to talk about my best bet.
All right, I'll do steal. Then I got another NRFI. I got another. Just come in, just grab that money real quick. It's a steal. It's Marlins, Reds, NRFI, no run the 1st inning at minus 124. These two teams come in at 29th and 16th, ranked in terms of runs scored in the 1st inning. You get Braxton Garrett on the mound. How about 9 starts? How about 0 runs? Guy's been perfect. He's bringing 12 Ks to the strikeouts, including the 1st inning. Luis Castillo's on the mound there for the Reds. 15 starts, only 5 runs, 12 Ks, and he's having a fantastic July. He's gone 7 innings strong in each start in July. He's running on a heater. Both teams are below average in hitting right-handers or left-handers respectively. Obviously, we've got a lefty and a righty on the mound, so in terms of respectively. They're both below the average in terms of coming in hitting. They're not getting it done in the first inning. Go ahead and back a NRFI and Marlins Reds at -124. Let's move over now to coming to a stretch. We call it our 7th inning, where we give you guys our best bet. All right, you're really good with these. I think you've got good justification in terms of what you say you look for in a best bet. So hit it with the people. I can't wait to tail this. What is it?
All right. So there are bets that are -200 and over that we say we're not paying the juice for. We don't want to. It's not worth it. Whatever. There are expectations above the -200 price point today that are the Milwaukee Brewers. So you have 4 starters, Corbin Burns, which will be going against Chris Archer. Now, they just walked off last night against the Twins, right? On a 6-6 game, they loaded the bases, I think, and walked off 7-6 at home. So they're coming off of that. You put Corbin Burns on the mound against Chris Archer, who I think holds a pitch called the splinker, is what he calls it. I think it's him. And I think that's a splitter and a sinker kind of combined. And it's kind of a weird deal. I think that's Chris Archer, if I remember correct. I know it's a Twins player that has that, but I think it's him. It's kind of weird. Decent pitcher, though, Chris Archer is. But I have, no joke, a 90% money line system that is 80-8 and falls on the Brewers today. So at a -200, that gives you implied odds of 66%. We're talking 90. Now, beyond that, I have a fade system that falls on the Twins. So they're winning 27.7% historically here in this type of spot. So that gives you still much higher than a 66% on the money line, right? It gives you, 73 or 72.3, I guess. So still you're above the 66% on the money line. Could you take the money line and feel comfortable with that? Sure, but you're still spending $200 to win 100. So then on the run line, you're looking at around 68.9 is what I have anyway, long term. At +100, then, the run line also makes sense and a little bit more sense in terms of value. Generally, we don't like to take home teams on the run line for good reason, because you're fighting in that 9th inning and you stand very, very slim chance if the game ends up going to extra innings, right? Because now you need a walk-off home run to hit the 2 runs to actually hit the run line. So if you're comfortable spending a -200, I'm telling you, mathematically, it makes sense here. With Corbin Burns from the starting pitching, you're getting quite an edge there in that sense as well. So could you do the money line here? Sure. Could you parlay that money line? Sure. I'm going to buy it down and take the run line and take the risk with the home team at a +100.
Okay, I wanted to look while you were talking, so I hopped over on BetUS. The F5 is at -140. Is that something you considered? Because obviously you're making this bet. You're backing Corbin Burns. Did you look at the F5, or are we just going straight full game and no worries?
I didn't look at the F5. It's not something I generally consider, but that is pretty damn good, wouldn't you say? When the full game is -200, like.
Yeah. It looks like you had Williams, Hader, you had Boxberger all pitch last night. They had all their big bullpen arms pitch. They didn't throw a lot of pitches, so they'll be available. But yeah, I'm seeing an F5 line. I don't know. I was just curious. I just wanted to get your take. I didn't know what you thought on that. So all right, you're
going full game. So I mean, I guess the statistical research I have is all full game stuff for the 90%, for the 70%. So I'm not sure how that translates statistically over a long period of time into the first 5 innings. I don't really have anything in my repository for first 5 lines, but it does sound pretty good to me. -140.
I will say I like that pick. I was wondering if I was going to drop them in my double play here in the 8th inning. When I was looking it up, boy, the offensive stats right now for the Brewers in terms of hitting right-handers, massively advantaged there for the Brewers versus right-handers. Twins team scuffling. Now they're going to face Burns. All right, let's go ahead, Brewers. Let's get that run line cash for you. For my best bet of the day coming to a stretch, I'm going to do Charlie Morton there of the Atlanta Braves to stay under 6.5 Ks at plus money. under 6.5 Ks at even money. He's already faced the Phillies twice this season. He's already gotten 2 cashes this season versus those Phillies, where he got 5 and 4 strikeouts. So he's going to need quite the big jump if he's going to go ahead and wreck us today. In fact, this bet is cashed in 11 of his 19 starts, and the Phillies know him well. Again, a lot of familiarity through multiple seasons already this season. Hasn't even come close to getting 7 Ks against these Phillies. I'm liking this. I'm liking this a lot. So, yeah, that's my best bet of the day is Charlie Morton under 6.5 Ks at even money. All right, 8th inning, double play. It's exactly that. We got to give these guys a parlay. What parlay you got cooked up for the people?
Well, I'm going to take the money line on the Brewers since I have such high projections for them statistically, and I think I might couple that by backing a game that I don't think we talked about. You talked about it a little bit, but from a completely different angle. I would like to back Luis Castillo and take the Reds today after taking the Marlins yesterday, going against Braxton Garrett. When the line first came out, it was, I think, minus 130. It's now minus 150. I would have loved to grab it right when it came out, but in a parlay, it doesn't make that much of a difference to me. So I'll grab a plus 150 on the Brewers and the Reds.
Plus 150. Okay, mine comes in at plus 155. There's another team that I like.
You got to one-up me, huh? No,
I like the Astros today. They're not getting swept by the Athletics, folks. It's just not happening. Told you about Cole Irvin. There's a reason why we like Cole Irvin. Astros are ascending versus left-handers. They're going to get the job done. So drop in that Astros money line. Then I'm going to parlay with the Rangers. F5 team total over 1.5 runs. Rangers F5 team total over 1.5 runs. Again, that comes in at plus 155. Here for the Rangers, they're going to go up against Gonzalez, the guy they've already faced multiple times this season. They've gone over 1.5 in the first 5 innings every single time they faced Marco Gonzalez. That's 3 times. Now they're going to see him for the 4th time. Expect the similar success, expecting them to get at least 2 runs in that first 5 innings. So Rangers F5 team total over 1.5. Parlay that with the Astros money line, comes in at plus 155. Closer, before we do rapid fire, we'll talk about every single game from a money line, run line, over under perspective. Let's give these guys all of our bets. I'll run through mine. Come join me on YouTube Live at 12:10 p.m. Central Time. That's 12:10 p.m. Central Time. Let's sweat out 6 House of Glories together in that Padres versus Tigers game. Then let's also sweat out 6 House of Glories and Marlins and Reds at minus 124. You could do that sweating on your own. I'll be with the family getting my butt kicked by a 3-year-old by that point. So sweat on your own, but enjoy the cash. Irvin under 3.5 Ks at even money. Charlie Morton under 6.5 Ks at even money. Rays and Orioles, I don't know, plus 116. I would have bet it was minus 120. I love that over so much. So plus 116, absolutely love it. And then my parlay of the day does make the card at plus 155. We're rolling with a couple of money lines today, Squirrel.
Yeah, it's going to be the Rays with Rasmussen, however you actually pronounce it. Again, these are 2 teams that I just really cannot foresee getting much like the Astros. Like, are we going to go on a 3-game losing streak to the Diamondbacks or the Orioles? Honestly, the more you keep playing a team, obviously the better chance you have of turning it around. Logan Webb, while he's not at home, still a good pitcher, and I just expect the Giants to win one back, even against Zach Gallen. Yeah, it's Zach Gallen, but I mean, how often are you finding the Giants at minus 115 or the Rays at minus 115 or 108 or 112 or whatever?
I hear that. All right, let me go ahead and pull up BetUS again. We're going to talk about all these games from a money line, run line, and over-under perspective. Anybody sweating out this tennis while I bring up BetUS? Anybody sweating out this tennis parlay with me? Our guy Paul won the first set, and he's up a break in the second. Hit that like button if you're sweating this tennis parlay with me here. All right, here we go. Let's kick it off. We got 11:35. This one starts in 30 minutes, folks. It's Braves versus Phillies with an over-under of 9. We got Braves at minus 145, Phillies at plus 125. For me, it's don't try and pick a winner. Just take the over. So I'll take over 9 at even money.
If I were going to pick a winner, though, despite there being a 6-1 thing yesterday, like the Phillies still kind of freak me out, to be honest with you.
These bullpens are scuffling. Remember what happened the other night when the Phillies hit that not the walk-off, I think it was the 8th inning, and then you saw other bullpen issues. I love the over 9.
Yeah, because I bet them 2 nights in a row. So
right.
I do remember.
Oh, right.
So yeah, I lost the Braves the first night, and then I had the 2-unit yesterday. I think I would still take the Braves just because of the hitter familiarity with Kyle Gibson or how good they have been. You have Robinson Cano, Matt Olson, Dansby Swanson's been absolutely killing it too. I think he had a big game yesterday. I want to say he had a few really nice hits that contributed to the win of that game. I feel like I'm paying a little bit too much at minus 145, but if I have to pick a winner, I think that's where I'd go, is the Braves.
Okay, Braves for you. Boy, guys, we always talk about the margins of winning and losing is like just razor thin sometimes. You want to go see how Squirrel lost that Braves money line bet the other night? Go check him out on TikTok. There was a ball that was coming straight to a glove, and then it went boing, and it went this way. Boy, the margins.
It was like a short pop up to first base, and the ball landed in a divot in the dirt and changed directions, and that made him score 2 runs. I was like,
tough.
You got to be kidding.
Tough. All right, for Padres and Tigers, that's the next game of the day. A lot of afternoon games, obviously, today. We got an over-under of 7. Padres minus 140. Tigers plus 120. I'm on the NRFI, so naturally I do like an under. I'm going to take the Padres. Boy, the Tigers don't hit right-handers. Called it right? I said they were going to win game 1. They would face a left-hander. I said they would lose yesterday. They lost. I think they lose today, even though Scooball's on the mound. It'll be low scoring, but I think the Padres squeak it out.
I do too. The line movement is correct, meaning that the Padres came out at minus 130, have moved to minus 140 in accordance with the money, so I like that piece of it. I don't like it when a line comes out and falls even though they are getting the money, because that's a classic what you call a reverse line move, and it makes you not feel good going into the bet. And if you're not feeling confident on a bet, what are the odds you generally win that? You know what I mean? Like, right. I did this with the Rays the other day. I bet it. It came out minus 140 and it fell to minus 120. I thought, oh, I'm getting value now on the buyback, right? So I bought it minus 120, and before the game we're sitting there minus 110 or less, and I'm like, well, I already lost this, because it makes you feel like you're screwed, and I lost. So this way though, Padres, yes, I will back you, Darvish. I will back the Padres on the road, and again, Tigers aren't hitting their bottom of the board. Why would you?
Right. All right, another afternoon game between the Twins and Brewers with an over-under of 8. Twins are at plus 170. Brewers, again, are at minus 200. You've mentioned that. I'm gonna do the run line with you. I'll take Corbin Burns. That's hard not to like him. I'm telling you, they're hitting for his right-hander. It's huge advantage for the Brewers, so I'll take it.
Yeah, so you can do the run line, which I'm doing just for a value purpose, because what you're looking at basically, statistically, right, is the differential between getting a plus 100 there on the run line, giving you obviously implied odds of 50%, and we're expecting a 70% run line cash. So that's giving you a 20% discrepancy, as opposed to needing 66% just to break even on the money line and expecting anywhere of, I guess 80 to 90. I don't know. I just feel like you're getting a bigger spread of value and not paying as much in case it doesn't come true. I don't want to lose $200 chasing 100 when, if they're so expected to win, which mathematically they are, historically they are, I would just take the home run line with Corbin Burns and just hope for the best that you win by 2, because I don't want to go into extra innings with minus 200. I just don't. If we need that, we're already kind of screwed anyway. This is my same philosophy in hockey, is I'll buy down to a 60-minute line sometimes, and I need to win in regulation, but I don't want to go into overtime for a minus 200. It's not worth it to me. That's too stressful.
All right, I hear that. BetUS is showing us Angels Royals with an over-under of 8. Angels plus 110, Royals minus 130. I don't know. You don't know what you're going to get from this Angels starter. His last name's Junk. Probably going to throw a bunch of junk up at the plate. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not betting that game. I'm not even. A lean would be. Actually, the Angels are actually coming up. You want to talk about teams that are ascending up the hitting charts?
Taking over?
The Angels are coming up. Yeah, take the over. What the heck? Yeah, and it's at minus 130, so that's soon going to become 8.5. That's usually the top of overs, and then they switch and just jump the whole number up. So money must be on the over. I'll take the over.
Money's all on the under, actually, but whatever. All right, yeah.
Oh, it is? Oh, wow.
Yeah, but who knows? I don't know. Who knows? Just skip the game. That's probably the better thing. Just skip the damn game.
White Sox Rockies over under of 11.5. White Sox minus 130. Rockies plus 110. Guys, this over has to hit. I know we lost that bet yesterday. They had 28 base runners stranded yesterday. Bases loaded 3 different times. Just unlucky. Take the over. I take the over again today of 11.5.
I like the Rockies at home when they're facing a left-hander, and I don't think they're doing that again today. However, I thought there was who is it? Giolito?
Yep. Piss missiles right down the middle of the plate incoming.
Exactly. So, yeah, you got 2 guys with a 5 ERA. Senzatella and Giolito, both 5 ERA. I like betting the over on Colorado when they're going against a left-handed pitcher the best. I'm showing that the line came out 12.5 and is now 11.5. Is that correct? Or did you see that? Do you not know?
I didn't see what the opener is. I can only just comment on the current line of 11.5.
All the money is on the over, but I see that it opened 12.5 and now is 11.5. So if that means anything to you, maybe a little bit of caution. But again, you're getting 2 guys with 5 ERAs on the mound in Coors Field at altitude. So, I think the over is fine. Don't really want to pick a side there either. So.
Yep. All right, more afternoon games. Nationals Dodgers over under of 9. Nationals plus 220. Dodgers minus 260.
What's the run line on the Dodgers? Because that's the only real viable play there.
Minus 130 on BetUS.
Yeah, I'd take it.
All right, Dodgers run line for me as well. Astros and Athletics. I'm taking that Astros run line. You got an over-under of 7. Money line on the Astros is minus 205. Athletics is plus 170. Astros aren't getting swept. I mean, it's not happening. It's not happening. They know Colorado too well.
I don't think so either. No.
Astros run line. We got another afternoon game between the Giants and Diamondbacks, over-under of 8. You like the Giants. I like the Diamondbacks. For an over or under perspective, I'm going to say over. Man, the Diamondbacks are raking. I'm going Diamondbacks over in terms of over 8.
For sure. If you're interested in the Diamondbacks, if you're interested in Zach Gallen, the distribution, I'm betting against the money today. I really am. 26% of bets on the Diamondbacks, 51% of the money on the Diamondbacks. So that puts 74% of the public on the Giants, and I'm actually joining them today, going against what would be considered the sharp action, the steam, the money. I understand why you would be on the Diamondbacks. I wouldn't even be mad if you went against me, but Giants is just the team that I have a better statistical edge projection for in the numbers, and that's what I follow, and that's what I trust more so than I guess my my opinion, my perception of a team.
Okay. All right, the last afternoon game is Rangers and Mariners, over under of 8. Rangers minus 220. Mariners are at even money. I'm going Rangers. They're going to light up Gonzalez again. Or you could go over 8. If you don't want to take a side, take over 8.
The Rangers are definitely the play in that game.
Okay. 4 games in the nightcap. Marlins Reds kick it off with an over-under of 8.5. Marlins plus 130. Reds minus 150. My threshold is minus 150. I like the Reds today. I'll take the Reds at minus 150.
I like them too, but I don't feel like I'm getting any value at minus 150. I think the time to have taken the game is right when it came out at minus 130. I would have been ecstatic with that. Minus 150, I don't know. I mean, that implies 60%. So between the Marlins and Reds, if they played that match 10 times between Braxton Garrett and Luis Castillo, would you win 7 out of 10 as the Reds? I think you might be a little bit hard-pressed to do it.
That Reds bullpen will probably let them down 3 of those times, so no. No. So
I don't feel like I'm getting value at minus 150. However, I do think that the Reds win today, so if you're just looking for a win, again, I don't think it's a valuable play, but for the sake of making a pick, I'll take the Cincinnati Reds.
All right, Rays and Orioles, over-under of 8. Rays minus 115. Orioles no longer a dog on BetUS. They're a minus 105. I like the Orioles. You like the Rays. I like over 8. Obviously, I like over 8. I like the F5 over a lot more just because of my style of play. But yeah, give me over 8.
Yep, I'll take the Tampa Bay Rays for a lot of the same reasons I've been talking about with two teams that are both away favorites, I guess. And dude, away favorites in general, like just for 2022, if that's all you had done so far is just away favorite and the year is 2022, you would be 330 wins, 220 losses, so you'd be exactly at 60% with a 0.6 ROI. So slightly positive, just like away favorite, that's it. That's like no other criteria, just away favorite. 60% win.
Interesting. Yeah, you wouldn't know. Okay.
So
good stuff. What about the Cardinals and Blue Jays? Boy, the Blue Jays almost messed up again. I know there were probably people sweating the result when it was 3-3 kind of midway through that game. The Blue Jays pulled it out. They're sitting at minus 260 today. The Cardinals with Wainwright are at plus 220 with an over-under of 8. It's the same thing. The Cardinals aren't going to compete without their 2 best bats through 9 innings. So I'll take that Blue Jays run line.
Yeah, of course. Of course. That's 3 home favorite run lines. Say, how strange is that? Never do that.
Let's do it. Parlay it. All right, Subway Series.
Everything.
Subway Series. Yankees Mets over under of 7.5. Yankees plus 155. Herman was lit up in his season debut. Remember, this is a guy that was suspended through the first 80 or so games of the season. Lit up. Scherzer's on the mound for the Mets. Obviously,
Go ahead and hate me, dude.
Obviously, I would just gravitate towards an F5 team total if I was really betting the Mets. That being said, I'm not turning down Max Scherzer at plus 120 on the run line, baby. Give it to me.
Talk your shit, whatever. I'm taking the Yankees. I don't care.
All right, take the Yankees. Guardians, Red Sox. A lot of people took them yesterday. Value. I was on TikTok Live. Had people saying value on the Yankees today.
Yesterday or today?
No, yesterday. Not with the left-hander on the mound. There's no value in that. The Mets crushed left-handed pitching. What value are you talking about? There's value on the Yankees yesterday at minus 115. No value there.
I wasn't interested yesterday. I am today, though, as like...
Oh, no, I'm not saying you. I was hanging out on TikTok.
Oh, no, not me. Not me. No, I'm perfect. I'm kidding.
All right.
I will take it, though, today on a I guess, a public fade, right? Look at what has been happening, though. Look at what's been happening is you've got Garrett Cole losing to Jordan Lyles. Okay, you've had, just guy after guy. These pitchers that are top tier that you would just totally think like, oh, they destroy. And oh my God, you hop on social media and that's what you hear. They're not gonna get beat by this team, and then it happens, and it's like, okay.
I mean, the thing is, though, obviously the Yankees can beat the Mets. Nobody's going to sit here they think. But if you look at this, it's like, where are you getting an advantage? You're not getting an advantage with the starting pitching. You're getting crushed in the starting pitching advantage. Hitting, the Yankees are descending versus right-handers. The Mets are ascending versus right-handers. And bullpen-wise, the Yankees have had 2 key arms go down. Their bullpen is faulting lately. And the Mets are, about league average. They haven't really done anything. They just remain league average. So you're not getting any advantages taking the Yankees. Nothing.
Right.
You're taking
Correct.
it just so you can, show off with the bet. Not saying you, again, but just so somebody can show off a bet slip that they went against Max and they were right.
Yeah, but it doesn't, in baseball, it doesn't have to make sense. That's the thing that the pattern that has been happening since the All-Star break is that basically anything illogical has been pretty much cashing. No joke. Like, you can sit there for hours, and I've been doing it. I've sat there for 6, 7, 8 hours doing all the stats, all the, every metric that favors this team, and they lose. And it's been happening. Again, take, for example, the Rays. Take, for example, the Giants against Diamondbacks. For example, the Houston Astros against the Oakland Athletics. Yeah. Like, nothing has really been making a lot of sense. So if the possibility exists there that the Yankees can beat the Mets, which is possible. And not the only thing, but the biggest thing that we're predicating the bet on is Max Scherzer not getting hit. It does happen. It happens to Garrett Cole. It happens to the best of the best. at a 155, I'm going to take my stab at it, right or wrong. But I guarantee you, if I go and look right now at, there's probably 90% of the tickets, 60% of the bets, 62% of the money on the Mets, which is what you would expect. That's exactly what I would expect.
Nice. Okay.
And I'm going to go against it. So,
all right, let's go Yankees. I didn't bet the Mets. Let's go Yankees.
I didn't bet the Yankees, but I might now.
All right, what about this last game? Guardians, Red Sox. Guardians plus 110. Obviously, I think they're a good dog today. Red Sox minus 130. Over under of 8.5. I think this is an easy over because the Guardians have a great offense versus right-handers. They should be able to get to Eovaldi. And then Quantrill, he was picked apart a little bit by the Red Sox earlier. Gave up a couple runs. The Red Sox are going to snap out of their offensive funk against the Quantrill. So I like over 8.5 right there.
I like the Guardians on the money line just straight up to win. I'm looking right now. That's where all the sharp action is. And why wouldn't it be? I mean, they're dead ass like 30th last Red Sox are. Highest strikeout rates. They're horrible. I was scrolling through Twitter. I think I even reshared or retweeted, reposted, whatever, video. It said the Red Sox in July. And it was just, oh my God, the fielding. They were like looking at the ball and dropping it. And
they were terrible in that Toronto series.
They looked like clowns. So if that continues, and if that's any indicator of what you're getting today, then I'd take plus money against them for sure.
All right, let me jump in this comment section. Lots of great comments from everybody out there. We appreciate you guys joining us. Good morning to everybody out there that said good morning. Let's go. I love that stuff. Let's go, fellas. Bo Sox sellers at the deadline. Looking that way. F5 team total on that Rangers. Go ahead and take that one there, GP. And then Sam, Sam's with you on the Yankees. Huge fan of the New York Yankees tonight is Sam. So good luck, Sam, on cashing that bet. And then DeGent likes your logic there on the Reds. I think that was well said. So good stuff. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and drop. We've got a live NRFI broadcast coming up in a little bit. Hopefully we'll see you guys a little bit later on. Lunch is on me today. It's in that NRFI and Padres versus Tigers. And we'll see you guys a little bit later on. Have a good one.
For anybody that's interested real quick in the hockey season, I might do some videos analyzing some of the trades and some of the kind of undervalued teams that are going to go into this next season, because I've got a few of them marked. And
give it to me.
I don't know if we have any Red Wings fans in the chat, but I'm thinking that team's going to be getting pretty decent here coming up in the next few seasons with Yzerman and whatnot. But that might be in the works. So cool. Keep an eye open for the Hockey Squirrel YouTube channel to have some videos.
I got my notifications on to the Hockey Squirrel YouTube page. Appreciate it, man.
Absolutely, buddy.